going on, everybody? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Mythic Legion's legendary Barbarian action figure. Now, this was a con exclusive. I think it was later released. I recently acquired this from a local comic shop. At one point, I think this figure was going for upwards of $200. I did not purchase it for that. I purchased it for $45, and I think I'm pretty happy with picking this up. I just kind of ran across it. This wasn't even on my list of things to get. It was kind of a thrill of the hunt type things. I recently haven't even been hunting that much as of late, but this was actually the only thing I came out of the store with. I went in for something completely different, and I was looking for some Tusk Troopers and a couple other things, a couple McFarlane figures, and this popped up. So I ended up leaving with none of those things, couldn't find any of those, and ended up leaving with this. But anyway, I digress. Here is the figure. Sorry for my life story there, but here's the figure. Let me get my lighting situated here. There is the read up. If you want to read it, you can pause it if so facto and read the Barbarian story. And we're back with the Barbarian out of packaging, and I wasn't expecting this guy to have this much stuff in the regular packaging. Wow. This is a lot of stuff. So let's just get to all the accessories. I'm just going to kind of show everything, and then we'll kind of play around with the figure, show what it can do as far as options, stuff like that. So let's get going with the hands first. So as far as the hands go, he comes with two open gripping hands, kind of like reaching out or going to grab something. Let me move in here a little bit. So two open gripping hands with the set. He also comes with two grasping hands, as I can't pick anything up with my hands. Oh my golly. Anyway, two grasping hands. Swap. There you go. Another set of open gripping hands. Like he's gesturing or about to shake somebody's hand. I don't know. He's about to, I don't know. Bobble tits? I don't know. Then he's got two fist hands, so you can punch somebody, which is nice. Next, he comes with some, I guess, broken shackles. So you can put some around his ankles, some around his wrists. I'm guessing, and then there's there's a wrist or ankles, whatever you want to do. But he comes with three. I was surprised he didn't come with four. But there's the larger one. I'm not sure where that goes, but there's three of them. I'm not sure if I'm missing one, but I just took everything out of the package, so that's what it is. He comes with a C-clip for the shield. Everyone is, of course, while I'm shooting a video, they have to just message me. So I'm just getting notification after notification, of course. Anyway, here is the shield. It's nicely painted. It's got this almost like a aqua blue, kind of. Not really aqua blue. I would say like a gray blue. And then the silver, and then some copper for the outside. And then here's the alternate peg, so if you want to have him hold it in his hand, you can put that there like that. Or if you want to use the C-clip, which is probably what I'm going to use, the C-clip, old school C-clip is there for your options, whatever you want to do. He does come with two horns for this head specifically, so we can put those horns on. We'll do that in a second. And then he comes with a belt, which is like I guess this is definitely a newer sculpt from all those old 1.0 belts, which I loved and hated at the same time because we got an abundance of them and there wasn't really too much to them. So there's that. Next we've got, ATL 25 fell over. Then we've got two shoulder pauldrons that are reused from Poxus. Different paint apps, obviously. There you go. There's the good look at those. And then he comes with an axe. We've seen this axe, I think, in Wave 2.0. So very He-Man looking axe or Barbarian looking axe. It's a little bit overly designed. It kind of looks a little bit more regal. And then it comes with like what's supposed to be like a power sword or like a Conan type sword. But we've seen this also in Wave 2.0. I believe it came with like both our Shadow Horn and a bunch of others. But I really like this sword. It's a good sculpt. And then we have the head, the not Conan head, and it looks pretty good. I like the paint apps for it, the skin tone, I should say. There's the back of the head, not really much to see there. It's going to get covered up. Then we got our first hair piece right here. Hair piece? Hair piece. There we go with that. Looks good, very Barbarian-esque. And then we've got our He-Man hair. Of course, I just keep getting notifications. It's just friggin' fan. You guys can't see them, but it's just like pop up, pop up, pop up. Good Lord. Nice shading for the hair. I do quite like that. And we got our Conan hair. So if you want to do like a He-Man homage instead of that Adamon, which is overrated and overpriced. Oh, look, another notification. Get out of here. And another one. Get out of here. This is just black hair. So that's pretty nice. And then bringing the figure up close, here is the Barbarian head. And I don't think I have this Barbarian head. I don't know. People have, I've seen people post online that, oh yeah, it's just a reused blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't have it, so it doesn't bother me. The only Barbarian heads that I have are like Wave 1.0, Wave 2, all the waves in between, but I don't have any like updated ones. So this looks like a newer one to me, which I don't have. Really good, nice shading for the beard here. Sorry for the boo-boos. I'm a butcher, so that's, you know, it happens. In case anybody's wondering, like, what's he do to his hands? Well, I cut meat all day, so. We got two other open gripping hands. I want to see if they're actually any different from the other ones. I don't think these look any different. Oh, I mean, they are sculpted because there's like a vein. No, I don't know. These kind of look similar. Maybe they're like a different type of open. Maybe there's like a tighter gripping on these than these. I don't know. Oh, this is, you know what? It's probably the hinge. These are lateral hinge joints. These are vertical hinge joints. There you go. Answered my own question. There you go. He's got a newer style like bandolier harness piece, which looks really good with the gold and silver rivets. And then moving the head to the side here, he's got like a buckle up there. And he's got a gold piece and more silver rivets. This is the, what we call it, belt. It's a really good belt. I do like it. And let's get his horns in because he looks a little naked right now without the horns in. There we go. I know I'm going off on tangents here. I can't help myself. That's just the way I roll, man. The way I roll down the street and across the way. So you can have them like this. You can have them like this. I don't know how much sense this would make. It kind of looks very demonic. And you can get ridiculous and have it like this. I mean, that looks kind of all right. It looks a little ridiculous, but different. These are things that you can do if so facto. Or you can get real silly and just take that off. You can get real silly and have it touching. Never cross the streams. Anyway, okay. Or you could do like one facing this way. You know, the world is your friggin' oyster. Whatever you want to do. One facing, maybe both facing the same way. One dog going one way, one dog goes the other way. How you doing? But I'm assuming most people are probably have it like this. Or maybe a little bit kicked out. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Go for it. I might use this head for a different character, actually. But I do like this belt piece. It's very nice. It came with Magnus. That's what it was. I just popped in my head. But then he's got cloth goods underneath. So that's really cool. And then there's his Barbarian asshole, I should say. Whoa. The soft goods is wired. So there's a wire running down the middle. And I think that's it. There's no other wires. Oh wait, there's a wire right here too on the sides. Let me get this other piece over and out, over and up. So there's a wire here, here, and then straight down the spine. So there you go with that. Let's get the head that everyone's probably going to want to have on there, and including myself, the Conan head. Because I am, whoa, that is a tight fit. And I should heat that up. Don't do what I'm doing. But I've also, while I'm risking it, I'm no noob. Ow, something just stabbed the shit out of me. I was just seeing if the head is going to go on anymore. I'm actually like being really light with it. It's just super duper tight. So, there we go. We'll have him like this. He's striking a pose. He's Madonna-ing. We'll put the, probably the least favorite hair on first. Is just the brunette hair. Like I said, really nice paint shading going throughout. So there you go. With that. And then he does have, let me zoom in here. He does have, I believe, green eyes. So that's nice. Then I'll stay zoomed in here, and then we'll put the He-Man hair on. The He-Man hair. I believe this is the first male that they've done with interchangeable hair pieces. Hairpiece. Hairpiece? Stays with you forever. No, herpes. Hairpiece. Not herpes. Hairpiece. But there you go with that. You can do your He-Man if you want to. He doesn't really have the harness for it, but, you can He-Man him. I'm sure there's other parts out there that you can swap. But I'm going to have him with the Conan hair because I'm a bigger Conan fan than I am anything else. So there's the Conan hair, and that looks really good. I think the darker tone really brings out the darker shade of like his tan. It's almost like a Hulk Hogan like sausage tan or hot dog tan, Looks really good. Makes me want to eat a hot dog now. I don't know. Haven't had a hot dog in a long time. Anyway, the glizzy. The glizzy. Get your glizzy on, boy. Do some mixing and matching. I'm going to pan up a little bit. And we'll put some pauldrons on them because we're going to go for a different kind of Conan. Why not? It can't hurt to switch them up. My favorite thing, not really, about Mythic Legions is putting these damn pauldrons on. And some of them don't like to go on the way they're supposed to. And they pop off constantly. Or they hurt your thumbs, which is this one's already doing. All right, I got to take this hairpiece off. I want to say Mythic Legions are a little bit easier with fitment than the Cosmic. Oh my God, some Cosmic Legions, I'm putting their pauldrons on, and I'm like, I have to like constantly trim the pegs on them for them to get them in. It drives me nuts, the pauldrons. I love them and hate them at the same time, if that makes sense. But there you go. I think it looks good with the pauldrons on. I might leave those on. Gives them another dynamic to the look of the figure. Good Lord, this head is so damn tight. There we go. One thing I didn't touch on is the boots. These are the Jacob Marley boots. I think they look really good. There's a close-up of said boot. I think it fits the aesthetic also of Conan. And then he's got the belt. Like I said, you can bandolier it, whatever you want to do. There is, on the bandolier he comes with, there's no like hoop for anything. So you can cross draw it, whatever you want to do with the belt. So there he is, all geared up. As I babble and ramble and blibble and I don't know what blibble is. It's one of those things. But there you go with that. There's the extra head again for your enjoyment. And I think he looks pretty good. Here's a nice little rotation. I'm going to try and do the Conan pose, the Arnold pose with him in a second. I'm probably going to have to take those pauldrons off, though, and this off as well. Let's see if we can get him in that pose really quick. Take the pauldron off. Take the pauldron off. And here's what he looks like. Oh my God, he lost his hair. He went bald, like me. Let's see if we can get him in that, that lovely, lovely pose. I mean, they're still single jointed. I'm going to get to the articulation last. This isn't really the pose that you're supposed to be doing. This arm's supposed to be up, and he's supposed to be kind of like using this hand. But you can kind of futz it, but he needs double jointed elbows for that, I think. There we go. That's kind of as close as you're going to get, I think. Let's get this hand out, and we'll do this for you guys so you can get the full Monty. There we go. There you go. You can kind of futz it. This does give more Frazetta Conan vibes more than, or feels more than, I want to say Arnold, which I'm fine with because I prefer Frazetta over. Well, I like both. I love both, actually. But I'm always going to go with artwork for some reason. There we go. That looks pretty decent. Hi. Looks good. Looks good. Does the job. And then let's see how much crouching we can do here. Let's really get him. Ow, man, that thing stabs. This wire. Watch your hands, man. Thing's stabbing me right in the. See that? It's like exposed right here. See that? That's a pokey. That is a pokey. So don't be like me and stab yourself. Can't really get. Oh, you can get a little tilt in the head. So there you go with the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Conan. There we go. Looks good. It's good. It's good. As far as his articulation does go, let's get that out of his hand. Let's get him all set up here, and then we'll do comparisons, and then we'll say bye-bye for the day. There we go with that. All right, so as far as his articulation does go, his head can swivel. It is on a ball hinge joint, which thank you for giving him the ball hinge joint. Now, when you move the head back, you kind of want to hold onto the hair because it wants to naturally push the hair up a little bit. So just hold on to it and it still stays up. See, you don't want to go too far, but he can look up pretty well even with that hair piece on. He's like looking up, wondering what he did with the rest of his life. Why did I make these choices? What was I thinking? Anyway, then he looks down, or he's going crumb, There's a crumb on the ground. Sorry, I had to do that. I just can't help myself. Little bit of a tilt, like I said, back and forth. That's neutral. Let's see, we got job turkeys. Oh, no gobbles. Not even a little bit. Arm goes up about that far. Same thing on the other side. Down, swivels. Single bend at the elbow, which he could have used a little bit more. I would have liked. I don't mind single joints. Quick, really 10-second rant. I don't mind single joints as long as they do the job of a double joint. There's my rant. Swivel at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. He's got lateral and vertical hinge joints depending on what hands you put on there. Swivel at the waist. He's on a 1.0 body. Tilts back, tilts forward, pivots a little bit side to side. Let's see if he's got torso job turkeys. Oh, we got torso job turkeys. There you go. Job turkeys there. And then he can do the splitties, even with all this on. Look at that. Better than Spider-Man figures. Look at that. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Any shot I can take at Marvel Legend, I just enjoy it. Especially Spider-Man. They should be able to do everything. But anyway, leg can go forward, leg can go back, upper thigh swivel, single jointed knee, which is about 90 degrees. I would have loved a double joint. Boot swivel, pointy toe. Whoa, that's not very good pointy toe. It's it's all right. Pointy heel is better. And then we got ankle pivot, we've got ankle rotation, and we got 2 peg holes and a partridge and a pear tree. Okay, for size comparisons, we'll do a fellow Mythic Legion and a Cosmic Legion. On the left, we've got Unka. And then on the right, we've got Gaspar, the Untamed, I believe? Unamused. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, next up, we've got an Action Force figure in Desert Condor on the left, and then on the right, we've got Operation Monster Force's Declan Van Helsing. All right, next up, we've got 2 McFarlane figures here. On the left, we've got the Christian Bale Batman from Batman Begins, and then on the right, we've got Icon. All right, next up, we've got 2 G.I. Joe Classifieds. On the left, we've got the Crystal Ball figure, and then on the right, we've got Obligatory Duke. All right, next up, we've got 2 Marvel Legends. On the right, we've got the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, and then on the left, we've got the X-Factor Cyclops. All right, next up, we've got 2 Black Series action figures. On the right, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then on the left, we've got Dagobah Luke. All right, next up, for comparisons, on the right, we've got the Jada Toys Invisible Man, and then on the left, we've got He-Man. Okay, and last up, we've got 2 larger figures. We've got Scourge on the right, and he's about just over 9 inches tall. And then on the left, we've got Calazir. He's kind of on like the, I guess, ogre body. Okay, and last up are 2 female figures. We've got 2 G.I. Joe Classified female figures. On the right is the Cobra Claw female pilot. And then on the left, we've got the new CoverGirl. Okay, so for my final thoughts on the Mythic Legion's legendary hero / homage to He-Man and Conan, you know what? I quite like this figure. He's not my favorite iteration or, not version of Conan / He-Man, but I think it's a really good representation of any sort of look you want to give him. You just want him to be the Barbarian default head, great. If you want him to be He-Man, great. Or Conan, fantastic. It's a good representation within this toy line. They do, Mythic Legions do run a little bit larger, usually around that 6.25 to 7 inch in height and scale, so almost like 1/10 scale. But I still think you could use this across the lines. I've always kind of envisioned Conan a little bit larger, not. I kind of envision him like Arnold. That's just how I would envision him. But this is a really good representation. I think the Four Horsemen did a pretty good job with this. And overall, I'm very happy to have him. It's kind of a pleasant surprise because, like I said, he wasn't really on the list of things to get this year. And as far as this year being its release for regular audiences, not the con exclusive, I'm pretty pleased with it. I like the soft goods mixed with the plastics and the wired soft goods. That's fantastic. I always love wired soft goods. It just works so well. I love the Jacob Marley boots with this iteration. And I like the sword. You could use that as the power sword for He-Man, and the axe also. It can work either way. Now, I think going forward, if I'm going to be using this with Conan, I might replace the axe. I don't know, depending on what sword I find, I might replace a sword, just depending. The shield is pretty solid. I think that works across the board with Conan, with He-Man, or whoever. Just the Barbarian, whatever you wanted to do. I like the fact that you get different hair pieces with the head sculpt. Like I said, I think this is the first official, release of that head sculpt with interchangeable hair pieces with a male body. It's on the 1.0 body, but it is the upgraded kind of 1.0 body. It doesn't have like crazy upgrades, but the neck hinge is a huge help. with range of motion, and also the arms can two-hand the sword, which is fantastic. So a little bit better range of motion there, which is improved. I still would love to see butterfly joints. If even these just added butterfly joints and a little bit more range of motion with the single joint. Like I said, I don't mind single joints. It doesn't bother me at all, as long as they get a good range of motion. At least humanoid, true real life range of motion. And technically, you look at our arms, we don't have double jointed arms. As humans, we have single jointed arms that can just bend all the way to touch our shoulders. Yeah. I like the pauldrons, the reuse from Poxus. I think it really works well. I like the fact that Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, they're all customizable. So you can have this guy any way you want. And if you have extra parts laying around, you can mix and match and do whatever you want. You don't like the belt, swap it, whatever, and so on. I really like the paint apps on him. They're very simplistic, but they really work to a T. And yeah, overall, very pleased with this. I also like the fact that we actually got new forearms, I want to say, with those wrist gauntlets or bracelets, whatever you want to call them. I'll just call them bracers, I guess. I think that really works for this character to a T. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Are you planning on getting this guy? Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're planning on getting him, if you're not, or if you already have him, what do you think about him? And yeah, I wouldn't go crazy spending a lot of money. I think anywhere between 40 and 60 bucks, I think that's within the wheelhouse. He does come with a lot of stuff, a lot of hands, with multiple different versions for the hinges, the Barbarian head, the interchangeable heads, all the accoutrement that he comes with works really well, and the fact that he even has weapon storage is fantastic. Other than that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. I do have channel memberships down in the description box below, so if you want to become a Jive Turkey, I do have multiple different tiers where you can join, and I do giveaways and fun stuff like that. Other than that, if not, you can just simply like, comment, and subscribe. That helps grow the channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I did giving it to you. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your collection, play with your toys, and I will see you guys on the flip side.